Recently, Niki Lauda died at the age of 70. He'll primarily be remembered for his contributions towards Formula 1 racing, specifically winning the World's Drivers' Championship 3 times. However, many of us will also remember him as the person who challenged the flag carrier of Austria and even Lufthansa at Vienna. Lauda made his first venture into the aviation industry in 1979 when he created Lauda Air.
Who has the best connections to Eastern Europe?
Who?
Who offers a first-class service in business class?
Who?
Fly Lauda. Service is our success.
The leisure airline, which was based in Vienna, became his greater focus after his retirement from racing in 1984. Initially operating charter services within Europe, the airline later gained a license for scheduled operations. With the opposition from Austrian Airlines in Vienna, long-haul licenses were granted, allowing destinations such as Bangkok, Hong Kong and Sydney with stopovers. Now fast forward 6 years later in 1993, Lufthansa took a 26% stake in the airline, but Austrian Airlines later took a 50% stake in the carrier, with Lufthansa keeping 20% and Lauda with 30%. The airline went through a difficult few years operating various small to medium-sized aircraft, and as a consequence, Lauda resigned as the carrier's chairman after losses given the strength of the US dollar and high fuel prices at the time. Lauda sold his remaining shares in the airline to Austrian Air, and the Lauda brand was eventually consumed by Austrian Airlines, leading to its disappearance in 2012. However, Lauda was not a quitter. He created a new airline called Niki using assets from the defunct German carrier Aerolloyd. The airline rapidly expanded in European short-haul markets, with Air Berlin taking a 24% stake in the carrier. Lauda claimed that Niki was Austria's only low-cost carrier, stating that he aimed to keep the operating costs and overheads very low. Now this would prove to be a difficult task in its high-cost Vienna base. Now in 2010, Air Berlin began increasing its share in Niki until gaining full control in 2011. Etihad Airways then acquired 29% stake in Air Berlin before buying a 49% stake in Niki, aiming to establish a joint venture between Niki and TUI Airways. Unfortunately though, Air Berlin filed for bankruptcy in 2017 after Etihad suspended their funding to the carrier. Now Air Berlin's assets were sold and IAG came out as the winning bidder for Niki. However, the deal fell apart in the following months. Lauda returned making a bid for his own airline and took possession of his former airline, rebranding it as Laudamotion. Now if you think this was a roller coaster, we're not done yet. More airlines expressed their interest in a share in Lauda's airline. Ryanair secured themselves a 25% stake in Laudamotion, enabling them to penetrate the Austrian market. The airline flew on popular European leisure routes, often in direct competition with Austrian Airlines and even Lufthansa themselves. Earlier in 2019, it seems that Ryanair won the game because they took full ownership of Laudamotion. Now, despite all of his airlines later being acquired or sold, Lauda brought low fares and competition to the European aviation industry, even challenging some of the region's most established carriers. Niki wasn't much of a talker, but he did say to the Flight Daily News in 2009 that racing was more dangerous for my life. To have a real challenge when I stopped racing, which was a difficult life in another way, I founded an airline. Driving is easy if you do it right like Jenson Button. You will easily win because you have the best car and make a lot of money. In aviation, however, you never make a lot of money.
Fly Lauda. Service is our success.